card, read it out, and then determine where should we put it on this on these 7 teams that we've got here. So there's a lot of different little cards, as you can see, and all of them have some sort of activity on there. So what you'll then do after you've read it, you decide with your team members where it should fit. You're going to put it somewhere on one of these teams, wherever it fits. I'm going to demonstrate with you a way to do that. What I think would work best is if you grab any of these cards, just pick any of them, drag it over here, somewhere close to the board where you're going to be putting it. Then zoom in. So this is especially for the coordinators, which is important, you know, to understand how this works. So you basically grab one card, drag it in there, and zoom in to see what's on there. Now what this says is, provide assistance to ambulance, fire brigade, or police personnel if present. So during an incident, a disruption or whatever it might be, explosion, fire, floods, etc., it might be that there's police, ambulance, and fire brigade on site to assess the situation and to provide updates on what's happening with it, how long it will last, etc. Now, the typical team that would be doing that activity, what would you think? Well, in this case, I would probably say it's not the crisis management team because they're in the boardroom somewhere making decisions. Who was the eyes and ears, the on-site eyes and ears of the disaster was the damage assessment team, remember? Yeah, I hope you all listened during my instruction earlier. So with that particular damage assessment team, we would then grab that card and put it on there. Yeah, I'm not sure why it says bring to front, send to back. Okay, you might have to right-click and send all these things to the back. I'll do that for you now. But that's if the card doesn't appear, you might have to right-click on the big team box and then go send to back. Yeah. Right, now let's have a look at another card. Declare a disaster. I'm going to put it here, move to here, and start looking at who would fit that. So that's another card there. Declaring a disaster, who would actually do that? Remember that we talked about the crisis management team being the decision makers, making the tough decisions. That would probably be the team that actually declares a disaster and actually invokes the plan. Remember that we talked about that earlier. So declaring disaster, let's put that on the crisis management team. Yeah, so next one, let's try one more for this particular team. So, for this particular exercise, let's go in there. I'm going to zoom in. The activity is following disaster declaration, proceed to recovery site as soon as possible as per directions from the crisis management team. Now that's an interesting one because that could mean multiple teams could potentially be doing that activity. So who would be proceeding to the recovery site as soon as possible? We assume that's an IT kind of activity where they would go straight away to some sort of remote recovery site for IT services. Which team would that then be? I'm going to look, I'm going to search for the right team. So this is after disaster declaration, so it has to be the phase 2 teams, right? Because this team, crisis management team, is declaring a disaster, and then in phase 2, 3 other teams are going to help make things ready for staff to use those alternate facilities. So with that particular card, to move over to the DR site, I would probably choose this one here, which is the Resources Recovery and Support team. That's probably the team that would actually make sure that they're on site as soon as possible to start making things ready in terms of the IT services there. So this is the way to play that game. And each of the 4 teams will have this kind of board and would play that game with 3 people in total. And it would be with open conversation. So not chatting in chat boxes, etc. You'd be just with your small group. You can have open conversation, unmute all of you, and just one person who's the presenter, who I will announce again who they are. They've already been notified through the system, but those presenters are the ones that will have this link open. They will actually share their screen with you, which you can do in the breakout session. They can share their screen. Yeah, and then actually you guys will collaborate with that person to help them put the cards on the right position. Now, in terms of screen sharing, there will be a button on your WebEx somewhere where it says share, and I would probably suggest share my desktop. Yeah, share my desktop for those coordinators. All right, so that's how this game works. Now, I'm going to, if nobody has problems, if there's no questions straight away, what I'd like to do is immediately activate those 4 different teams, get you guys set up in there, get started, play around. If there's any issues, if you're going like, oh my goodness, I cannot make this work, there's some problem with it, the coordinator, the presenter, or any of the team members can jump out and ask me a question. Yeah, so there's a button when you're inside the breakout session, there will be a button saying leave session. What you would do, leave that breakout session and speak to me, and I'll explain it to you, or to Marion. One of us will be able to respond, and then jump back into the session to continue the work. I hope that's not needed, but I'm just saying that's the way to communicate back to us or to ask any questions. Yeah, so if you've got your way around, I've picked the 3 IT guys initially to be coordinators because I thought you'll probably be quite savvy with making this work. And you're also from the same organization called Shell, and I don't want you all working together in one team. So the 3 Shell guys were actually the 3 presenters initially, and then the 4th person I had set up as well as a separate team 4 coordinator, and that was Siti Noor Amal. Yeah, so I'm going to check now what's happening, if everybody is able to do this. Let's have a look. If there's anything in the chat. Yeah, I will reassign Otman. I'll stop sharing my screen right now. We will go to the breakout sessions again, and let's have a look if I can make Otman a member of Team 3 now. Yeah. Otman, I've also made you presenter. Let's see if you received. I'll resend you the link for your team, for Team 3. Just give me 1 second. And we'll be ready to go as soon as that's done. That's Team 3. Okay. No, Otman, you're dropping out again. I don't know what's happening with that. Yeah, I'm not sure why you're dropping out straight away. That means Alia will just remain the presenter for now, I think. Let's check in with Otman if anything can be done about that. Actually, now it seems okay. Okay. Well, we'll see what happens. If you guys want to get started, I will. Is there any other questions? So those who've received the link from each of those teams, please have it already open in the background somewhere. I'm going to get started on the breakout sessions right now. Any problems, jump out of the session as an individual and just ask questions from us, okay? We're going to be here waiting for you. And the game will usually take about 25 minutes or 30 minutes. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, I see there's a few people who somehow cannot enter those breakout sessions. There's a lot who are in though. That's really good news, and they're working away. So I can see Longchin, Xiaozwan, I see him now, Jamal, Haji, yeah, most people are now in. What I will do though is on the big screen, on the central screen here, I will run through this game with those who couldn't connect. So that is, I think, potentially Siti Nurzaida, Firdaus, and Amirul. I'm not sure if in Firdaus's team, if everybody's okay though, because you had that link, right? So let me just check in with the teams and then we'll start the game here centrally for the rest of you. I'll just check in with what they're doing. So team one is going well. That is Moose Jamal. He's doing a good job. Everything's working fine there. Now the next team is team 2. And they're also, that is Alia. They're also going well. Team 3. Team 3 is for some reason not working quite well. So I think some of you might be in that team, and we'll restart that. We'll do that here centrally together. And then team 4. Team 4 is great guns. Like they're really going fast. Actually, they've got quite a few cards already placed. So just to not lose any time, I think what we'll do is I'll bring the game version on the screen here. And can I just unmute all of you? So Siti Nurzaida and Otman, Firdaus, and Amirul.
Hello.
Hi. Yes.
Hi guys. Do you have some trouble with connecting or for getting the breakout session correct?
I can get in,
Yeah.
but I can't seem to hear any audio.
Yeah. I mean, the workaround for that is not the biggest problem. You could just use that, of course, in your breakout session itself, but it's certainly easier if you do have audio. Let me just check if I can share Chrome. Okay, let me. I'm trying to share my screen over here. Instead of that, can I just send you guys a link? Were you guys all able to open Mural before?
Yes, I can.
Send you this link here. Those who weren't able to open it, I'll verbalize what we're doing, and you guys can. We'll just read out the cards in when we will place them for you. So let me just send you in this group. I'll send you guys a link here. I'll put it to all attendees. The last link I'm sending here right now. All right. Can you see?
Yes, I can see.
Can you see? Can anyone see?
Yes, I can.
You can?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, I can see.
Great. So let's go in there. So, great. I can see you guys floating around. That's good. So we'll do it together. Or actually, if you guys are in now, are you able to do the session like this?
Yeah.
You guys can just be a team.
Yeah, we can just pull.
Can one of you guys take ownership of the conversation? Maybe Firdaus, you want to do the ownership of it, and you can zoom in so that you can read it out and discuss
Okay.
it. Can you do that so that you have the sound working as well? Because this works well by the sounds of it.
Okay.
I'll put you guys to it. Yeah, so we'll be wrapping up about 20 minutes from now. Okay?
All right. So the first one, the be on 24 hours call to activate the BCP in case of emergency. Hello, hello. Hello.
24.
So this one over here. Nampak? Bukan nombor 1. Yang the one moving. Yes, yes. Be on 24 hours call. Ini nombor 1 kah? Sini. Yes. And everyone agree?
Because you activate BCP, so it should be crisis management team, right?
Yeah, I think crisis management is more on decisions. I feel lah. No, about the rest. What about 1D? Executive support team? No, I don't think so.
No, I don't. But let's just try another one.
Another, okay. So the second one is maintain the BCP, overall BCP.
Facilitators.
Number 1A.
For 1A. X, coordinate the updating of all divisional recovery plan.
It should be under recovery. Scroll down.
Dua berapa tak?
To coordinate. Coba turun dulu. Let's see what's there. Can you scroll?
Scroll. Okay.
I think it's
Ada A, B, C kan tu? What happened to Danua? This thing becomes F15. Oh.
too small. Okay.
Oh, dah ambil keluar.
Okay.
Ngapain F15?
Kenapa dia 15?
Oh. Let's take another one. Okay. The other one is...
Back dulu, back.
Okay, F15 itu. Choose another one. Take another one. Coordinate.
Just take another one.
Coordinate the staff awareness program. I think 1A. Mana tu dia?
Pun hilang.
Hilang. Ini pun jadi F15 juga. Berubah ke F15.
Boh.
Mesti laju kah? Antara. I think
sorry ya. Aku kasih tu.
I think kita dapat macam kita point out dulu di sini dengan which one, and we can decide. Sampai di drag ke sharing near A1 itu. So maybe this one, coordinate the move to an initial crisis control center and ensure adequate provisions. I think this one is more of di sini kali ni. Executive support. Maybe. Provisions. What's the rest? 1C.
I cannot read it.
Pasti kan tu. Ano yan?
Sorry, which one?
Yang this one, coordinate the move to an initial crisis control center and ensure adequate provisions.
Yeah, the support team.
Which is 1C, kan?
C, 1D.
1D kah?
Oh.
1D, sorry, 1D. Agree. Okay. Jangan hilang. Nah, hilang je.
Right click the pink one. Kenapa hilang?
Hilang ni ya?
Crisis itu.
Crisis ni.
Right click crisis. Just now I dragged one answer there. Nah, kenapa 10-15 ini?
What happened?
Who's doing this?
Not guilty.
Semua ni sekarang F15.
Let's try the best we can lah. Ensure that all requested by the organization are kept up to date. I think this is 1A. 1A, yes.
Yes.
Try to drag.
Declare disaster tu paling senang lah.
Ada tak?
Very bonus lah.
Apa itu? Mana declare disaster?
Aneh.
Itu nah, itu.
Okay. Declare disaster is here. Next one is update the crisis management team on the results of damage assessment. Maybe 1B?
1B,
1B, yeah? And report to senior management about the BCPDR process. Maybe 1. This one.
Itu nah senang nah, coordinate the various BCP teams.
Where? Di mana?
Tunjuknya.
To your, okay, wait. Ni lah, sini lah.
Sini mana?
Ni bawah.
Here. You see my cursor.
Sana. Okay. Coordinate the various BCP teams. Okay, 1A lah tu ah. Apa?
I think so, yes.
Sama saja.
I think. Coordinate kan mana ada. Okay, let me see. Create and aku tu baca.
Dibesarkan kayak itu.
Are you seeing my screen or not?
Sudah kami nampak.
Kata ni nampak sama kan?
Dia bisa bikin enggak?
So if I change this, jadi besar.
Yes. I can see. Yang satu C itu kan?
Satu C.
Nak habiskannya je.
Okay. And
Ani kereta. Arrange delivery of recent backup tabs if these are located offsite.
Bukan recovery ke tu? Recovery should be bawah kan?
Recovery pulang tu. I think
bukan ada support kan?
support team 2A.
To see recovery and support team business support team. Arrange delivery of
to see.
Kan?
I think.
Next, ensure that upon direction given by BCP manager, arrange for and test that all voice and as required, data communication services are being diverted to the recovery site.
2A.
2A ya.
Everyone agree?
Agree saja tak? Nah.
Okay tu.
Ensure that key DR staff members have printed copies of the PCP available to them. I would say.
Sorry aku tergarak.
Balik ke ni?
Okay, sudah.
Apa tadi tu kita pindahkan ke bawah?
Ensure that key DR staff members have printed copies of the PCP.
Facilitators. Okay. Ensure notification of telecommunications provider provide suppliers and other services. Aku baca.
Ni ada di bawah ni, ada kita nampak tersebut yang di bawah. Activate on division recovery plan. 2B. Bawah.
Efektif dia.
Malu dia.
Ini kemana tadi?
2B.
2B.
Banyak. Silakan.
Confirm proper manager.
Ini kan.
Confirm proper operations of various systems.
Damage assessment.
bukan recovery resumption team kata. To be. Ya. Okay. Next.
Where possible, identify any actual potential and corruption. Potential data corruption, sorry.
So maybe bukan damage assessment gitu. Identify and actual or potential data corruption.
I think damage had to be.
Satu B ya.
Everyone agree kan?
Oh, yang lain agree? Agree?
Ya.
Saya tidak setuju.
Setuju.
Remain aware of BCP procedure and participate in training as relevant.
Support. Satu D.
Satu, remain aware of BCP procedure. Inilah.
Bukan tu facilitators.
Macam facilitator juga.
Facilitator, which is?
Satu A.
Satu A.
Okay.
Macam.
Advice on what point each system data was last refreshed.
2A, support team.
2A, recovery and support team. Agree?
Atau 2C, A atau C.
Business support.
2A, sorry, I think 2A.
2A. Next. Ensure notification of the telecommunications provider, power supplier and other services and request them to access damage to their equipment.
Dua A.
I think so, 2A. Stay in contact with damage assessment team regarding man issue at the affected site and keep them informed regarding progress at the recovery site.
Support 2A.
Contact with the damage assessment team regarding man issue at the site and keep them informed.
Okay.
Apa ya? 2A ya? Okay. Setuju. Advise which data backups are available as fallback.
Either A or B. 2A atau 2B.
2B, I think. Sudah. Wah, salah. Regularly discuss divisional recovery plan with business unit representatives and recommend improvements. 1A kan? Bukan. Nah, regularly discuss divisional recovery plans with business units, representatives, and recommend improvements.
Bukan 2C. Support team.
2C. Oke. Siapa? Apa itu ndak beberapa teranggar tadi? 1 apa? 1B?
Maybe 2B. Business recovery and resumption.
Business recovery and resumption. Anybody else?
Bukan 2C.
2C, business support team.
Apa difference dulu?
Ada berapa teranggar tadi, Pak? Yang lainnya juga cuma yang lainnya.
Siapa setuju 2B yang angkat tangan?
Dosi ya, Pak.
Lagi. Request.
Liaise with IT. Mana?
Liaise with the IT team to establish reorder schedules for computers, communication, and other equipment.
Bukan
satu D kah?
Bukan facilitators kah? Or there's executive team support ke le? Bukan.
Awak. Satu D lah. I think
1D.
1D ya. Put the crisis management team member on alert.
Satu C kan tu? Atau satu B?
1B.
No, I think put the crisis management team member on alert. Dah, satu B sama satu C. Siapa satu B? Satu B atau satu C? Anyone for 1B? Dada.
Ada refreshnya tadi Pak.
Manage the escalation communication process from one DC team to another. Satu A tu. Benar. Follow on division recovery procedure.
One D.
Bukan boleh. Follow division recovery procedure. Your own procedure. So, bukan 2A kah? Apa difference-nya 2A sama 2B ni ya?
Satu resources, satu business.
The
2B kali. Follow on your own division recovery procedure. So,
Kalau resources maybe macam
IT,
infrastructure IT or
so liaise with recovery site provider regarding connectivity of recovery site, workstation and telephone. Satu A. Or 2A. Who coordinate no?
1B soalnya. Because don't access apa damage-nya, then they report back to support team.
Possible, yes.
1B.
1B, yeah. Okay. Consider and report changes to computer equipment networks operating of off-site storage procedure that may impact on disaster readiness.
Ada Salwa tadi bercakap IT atau business. Yang mana tu?
2A. 2A is IT. 2B is business. Maybe 2A?
It could be the facilitator yang consider and report on changes. I'm not sure.
Okay. Okay.
Next.
Establish interruption points, determine if data has been lost, assist in ensuring the audit controls are in place so that the extent of lost data is known and can be accounted for.
2B.
1B. 2B.
Mine question mark 2B. And the rest adalah?
The rest?
carry on, sir.
Okay, kalau ada objection, put arah 2B.
Itu senang sikit soalnya. Guide the members of the crisis management team and damage assessment team as to the contents.
Okay.
Ada. Terus?
Ngam.
Ini.
Macam sana, macam.
Okay.
Of the BCP and their role.
Mana lagi yang senang? Cuba cek.
Ambil dulu yang senang-senang dulu.
And partial full BCP exercise. Ini pun 1A kali. Coordinate, PR test. Dah.
Facilitator.
Ni.
Dah nampak eh?
Nampak? Ayo lah. Zoom. Zoom in. Ni. arrange and coordinate the
So if you zoom, I don't see your screen.
Oh, indah. Kita
Okay. Then aku boleh kacau lah.
nak hilang siap F15 je balik.
Oh, F15 bismillah. Apa yang ada?
I
Mana
think
lagi
tu boleh. One person je mesti yang aku tak.
Okay. You point me say mana you want to me to know.
What about this one? Bawah sikit, Firdaus. Turun kita. Turun.
Bawah.
Jangan hatu. Ngam.
Raise emergency purchase orders.
For damaged resources.
Facilitate saja. Facilitate everything.
Maybe to
Nah, dia arah recovery sudah.
recovery pasal ia sudah disaster.
To see.
So support team, resumption team. Yeah, something to do with bukan business recovery resumption kah? Something to do with like EO whatnot.
Daily work.
Kira anda macam finance lah. Ada yang mention tadi kan?
Dia jadi assistant tu tahun.
Yang menyediakan purchase order tadi tu, kan?
Bah. Kemarin tu.
Pindahkan je.
Mana lagi? Yang sana.
Next week, update documentation regarding recovery site infrastructure.
Di mana? Kiri, kanan, atas?
Bawah sikit.
Bawah.
Update document regarding recovery site infrastructure. Yang 1A.
Documentation. 1A kan.
1A rasa aku. Any objection?
First phase kan yang the first.
Dah, carry on. Next. Mana lagi yang senang? Form report to the question regarding.
Ani sekejap liaise with the BCP facilitator to obtain management approval for reordering spend. Terus kata macam kode.
Terus tu. Di mana arahnya tu? Liaise with the BCP facilitator to obtain management approval for reordering spend.
Bukan antara 2A atau 2B.
Approval for reordering. Okay.
Kan tadi kita ni macam ni yang PO kan kita ni masukkan ke 2B. Does this mean sama juga ke macam mana?
Maybe 2A.
Table 2A pelang pasal resources. We order.
Yep.
Nina, what about this one? Inform any other major parties of the crisis and BCP procedure be activated. Macam yang memberitahu Nina. Ke kiri.
Inform any other major parties of the crisis and of BCP procedure be. Dia system ni apa dia? Ani supposed to be apa? 1A. Apa tadi yang punya sentence lah?
Ya, informing
Major party. Kira stakeholders kali.
Okay.
There's something covering.
Hey guys, a special group under the lead of Firdaus. You guys are going great. I'm glad I could set this up this way for you. We're going to bring the rest of the team back as well. So maybe do a couple more cards and we'll see if they're coming back. And then we'll wrap up soon. So.
Okay.
Okay.
But this bureau is continuing to F15.
Jadi kita rasa. Hilang tender kita. Ini nak bawah. Gimana kita pindah?
Ni nak request the damage assessment team to perform a detailed review of the destruction.
1A.
Bukan 1C kita, orang yang merequest for damage to review apa yang punya krisis itu, bukan?
I think it should be.
Ni pulang. Because dorang mendecide kan yang damage yang membuat assessment is this one. This one is the decision maker.
Yes, correct. Satu dia tukang support saja.
So the other one is remain informed on the progress of the recovery effort and as required provide direction on recovery and communication strategies to follow.
One day.
Payah W-nya tu. 1D. 1D, agree?
Tapi ada mention recovery bilang sana. Progress of the recovery.
So I think kalau recovery, orang akan menghadapkan laporan orang ke atas betul. Ini remain informed on the progress of the recovery effort and as required.
On recovery. Nah, apa ya? Halo?
Kalau apa kedengaran ni?
Apa screen gua ni? Patang.
Habis waktu kerja kali sudah tu.
Balik semula. Okey.
Balik kena overtime dulu.
Ini apa? 1D tadi? Ataupun mana link?
I would say 1D. I don't know if it's
1B ya? 1B ke?
My think 1D.
1D, okay.
Yang the rest?
The rest ada bunyi agree betul.
Agree.
Okay. Check and prepare stationary supplies at the recovery site. Ni tahu. 1D. This one.
Kalau rasanya anda terjawab, tukar saya ke F15.
Mana kami tahu dia hilang.
Nominate an available technical manager to be coordinator. This person will be the key communication point for recovery progress, reporting to the other DR teams.
Nominate
An available technical manager to be coordinator. This person will be the key communication point for recovery progress, reporting to the DR team.
Bukan nombor 2 ni. Should be either 1A atau 1B.
Pasal aku 1A pulang. Anybody else has any, other suggestions?
It's either 1A atau 1B.
I agree with 1A. Anybody else with other?
Teruskan saja. Okay.
Next. Using info from business IT manager decide upon rollback points for the main system.
Using info from business IT managers decide upon rollback point. They should be under the recovery punya.
Recovery, okay.
Upon rollback points for main systems.
I think 2A mana dia?
1A kah?
2A rasa aku. Hello?
Hello.
Yes.
Are we coming in the same breakout session?
Depends which team.
But because we lost the connection today.
Termasuk kita siapa?
Tahu. Bila kah?
Akila.
Maybe termasuk kali tim kami.
Sorry.
Kami ada team today.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Something happened to my screen.
Okay.
Sorry, hilang just now.
Habis masa kali sudah.
Apa lagi? Once notified of major incident, decide on an initial crisis control center location. 1A.
Decide. Bah.
Major incident sudah decided. Deciding the crisis control center location saja. Bukan facilitator punya kerja kan ya? Decision is made by crisis management sudah nih. Once notified of major incident, decide on an initial crisis control. Kalau payah.
Ada escape, escape kat sana.
1C.
1C. Possible aja 1C. Yes.
Dia akan notify kan?
F15 saja dia. Bah.
Can everyone hear me? Did someone type something? I just shared a document for you guys to read tonight. I see some very funny things in here in your chat. I'm just quickly having a look. Look, thank you everyone for your participation. It was really great to see. I saw all the walls, like all the games that you guys were doing, and I saw them very actively being populated. So I think in the end, those who didn't have sound or those who couldn't enter the breakout sessions ended up in the plenary session with Firdaus. So you guys also did a great job on your version of it. And that's what we saw at the end, the other group's game. So that was the special group there. Now, I've just shared a document with you, which is the structure you can use for your own business. So if you're building teams like this absolutely saves you months and months of time, because it really shows what structure you could have there and what tasks need to be covered. It's a little bit more detailed than the game is. The game goes to a certain degree, but this goes even further. So that's shared with you right now. So please download that and save for your future reference in the future if you have to build teams for BCP. And what else I wanted to share? Yeah, we've got 2 small sections to recover for tomorrow morning. So we're a little bit later with this game, but it's okay. I think you guys went so well, and I just wanted to let it run. So I hope you had some fun with that. I really, really value all your input and your patience with all these strange tools that we're using. I think in the end we made it work for everyone. If there's any major dramas, please let Marion know, and we will do what we can, to make it work for you, of course. And but I think in the end, yeah, it worked at least for everyone to do the game with the subgroups. So I wanted to thank you and wish you a very safe evening. And I look forward to speaking again to you guys with the same passion tomorrow. Hope you're getting a little bit inspired about business continuity, and yeah, I'm really enjoying your interaction. So I'm going to hand back over to Marion to say some final words. If there's any other comments on logistics or technology or anything, and please, yeah, and I'll say goodbye. So.
Okay. Thank you so much, Rizka. Hope all of y'all had a great session. So I apologize for a few glitches here and there. So I hope tomorrow everything will be better. And have a great evening. And we will see y'all tomorrow. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Bye, Rizka. Thank you so much, Rizka.
Bye. You're welcome.
Bye-bye. So I'm going to end the session soon.
Just wait for a moment, Marion, because people may still be downloading the
Oh,
file.
okay, sure. All right.
Maybe just wait 5 minutes without.
All right, so I'll just leave the session until everyone quits, then I will end the training then.
Sure.
All right, bye.
Thanks, everyone. See you all tomorrow.
Okay.
Bye.
We'll talk about it once they've completed everything. All right? Thank you. Have a great day.
Okay, all left. Next, Xiaomani do lah. Xiaomani bikin conference for this lah.